Well, hello there. 2 days in a row. Amazingly wonderful. And I'm in my place of joy. So, enough of that. What are we going to talk about? Well, we're one day away from Christmas Eve, then Christmas. And if you were listening to the last story, which you might have been, yeah, that was about Christmas. Guess what? This one will be too. From a slightly different angle, because those things happen. Something that I heard about. Um, I think the story is relevant to transfer soul transforming. I can talk. You find out I have a million voices. Sometimes they come out all at once. Anyway, transforming Tuesday. Soul transforming Tuesday. And it is Tuesday for me. I don't know what day it is for you, but I hope you had the most blessed, wonderful one that you could have. Now, I'm going to be very short on this because I don't need to be much here. We're coming to that place where Christ came down on earth. I mean, manger throne, that's what it was. Now, we could realize that he could have come in any form he wished. He could have shown up with vanguard of angels and made everybody bow, but that wouldn't work. This was an Adamic rescue for us. That's what it was. Kind of hard to understand that, isn't it? Who was Adam? Well, he was our firstborn. He was us. And he needed something, so he got something that led to, yeah, well, we know where we are now. But here's something to think about. God loved us enough to send that rescue in the way that would work, in a way that would get a complete and absolute understanding of all that we go through, all the heartache, the pain, suffering, but also the joy, the excitement, the wonder that we go through. Something to think about, isn't it? That a part of God let itself become human. Yes, human, the only way it worked. Taught us how to be human with God. That was awesome. And then took everything that we couldn't, well, take, transformed it, gave us a way home. But the big part here right now is understanding that that major throne was exactly what it required to be. Now, if you and I, all the compartments that have to be in the right comparted, show up at the right places, you may get a bigger picture of that manger throne. Tomorrow night, another story, Christmas Eve, powerful story. Can give you a bigger piece of it, but we might have to talk about likes for that. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I do that. Just to see you're out there. Kind of feel you anyway. So let's leave it there. If you wish to get a hold of me, you've heard this a lot of times, so I'm just going to say it once. It's eric@starthealing.me. Literally, send me an email. I'll find it eventually. Sometimes I don't find them in the first go. Maybe I require a better organization, maybe a person beside me being the organizer. Been waiting for that for a while. As we go along, you'll hear my story, all of it. Yes, you will. I am planning to do some extra stuff about that story. Might as well know me. You're getting to anyway. If you do that, you reach out to me with that email and say, "Hey, I want a link." I'll send you a link, and we'll talk, and we'll see if I'm part of your healing puzzle. Let's find that out together. Of course, subscribe and like if you're really enjoying these things. I am not the super storyteller. I could be. I can do very, very, very intricate work. That's not what this is about. This is a healing form. It's here for you. It's God reaching out to you in a way that's very human, very intimate, and very powerful. That's what he's doing. So, the soul transforming story is something I heard of, not something I was part of. But I understand sometimes that God sets us in a place that we can't really understand. And we may never be able to prove what happened. But all I can tell you is that after he told me this, he walked back into the forest and was never seen again. That's how we're going to begin. We're not going to give him a name. We're going to give him a number. We're going to call him 22. Doesn't matter. You can call him 41. Doesn't matter about the name. The name is unimportant. He was flying through the Arctic because he had to. He was heading to a place where he was going to upend everyone. He was about to shut down something because it required to happen. As far as he was concerned, everything was topsy-turvy, not working right. The whole system needed to shut down. It wasn't military, it wasn't scientific. It was something creating something called a factory, and he was going there to shut it down, finish it, fire as many people as he needed to fire, which would have been all of them as far as he was concerned. He was ruthless, and he even knew that. He even liked the name that they gave him, which was Ruthless Rod, the rod of iron that never bends. And he liked that. And his plane's popping along, no problems. Pilots, same guy that's been with him for years, pretty ruthless himself. And then, well, everything went to pot, really. Plane malfunctioned, plane went down. Pilot didn't make it. He was standing in an Armani suit in the middle of winter. Well, it's always winter there in some way or another. It's always cold in some way or another. Christmas Eve, he said. Well, if you believe in it, I don't. I don't even give presents to people. I think it's just a dumb thing that people do. At that moment, he heard a jingle bell. That's a jingle bell. He's stumbling around. His suit is ruined. He's ruined. He's freezing. He's laying in the plane because the plane is in somewhat condition, but the pilot isn't. Or I thought he wasn't. He moves, he groans. Okay, maybe he's alive too, huh? Here's another jingle bell. Bell? Well, anything can happen out here, he said particularly, and apparently I'm on the ground and this sucks. And he said, maybe the people are having a Christmas miracle. I'm not going to get there until after Christmas. Maybe I'll never get there. But somebody will have to shut it all down because it's a mess. Wonderful, maybe chaotic, yes. It's making money, but it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to buy it, destroy it. That's what I do. So he's muttering away to himself. He heard another jingle. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. Like something was moving out there. And he was starting to freeze. It wasn't warm in there. It wasn't warm outside. It wasn't warm anywhere. He was dying. He knew it. It was over. This bag of dirt was going into the ground. That was it. Finished. Jingle, jingle. Then a tap on the door. Anyone alive in there? Pilot seems to be groaning. I'm alive. I don't know if anything's broke. I'm broke. This is where money doesn't work. The voice chuckled. Yeah, that happens. Who are you? Well, you can call me Rescue right now. I have a feeling that you're going to learn some things in the next little while. I'm wondering how you got here. Here? I fell from the sky. My plane crashed. Yeah, yeah. But people don't get here. They can't get in unless they're let in. I guess God let you in. I don't believe in God. That's okay. He kind of believes in you. Why? Because you're here. You're going to be here a while because I don't know how to get you unhere. What do you mean? Well, we'll explain. But first, let's get you some warmth. And he said, well, I've tried to move that door and it doesn't move. And she goes, oh, it'll move. Not a problem. Rex will do that. A few minutes, she tied something around the, off comes the door. Well, it was totally destroyed anyway, so now it's really destroyed. Hi, she said. I got a big old coat for you here. And your friend there is going to go on the stretcher. He'll be fine. You're both in for a bit of a change, though. I'll let you know that. It's the birthday, or the day before the birthday. You'll learn. You'll ride on Rex there. He's fine. That suit's ruined. We'll get you better clothes anyway. He was thinking, what crazy, weird lady did I just run into? Well, he did. And went and came to a small clearing with people moving around, some of them human. Yes, he would believe. Some didn't look so human. Didn't know where he was. Pulled out his cell phone, of course, that didn't work. Pulled out an old compass his dad had given him. Said it would always point true north. It went round and round and round like a Lulu. No, no, that ain't gonna work, he said. So, you know, but the coat was warm and he was tired and he fell asleep when he woke up. Well, he came into a clearing, like I said. Wondered where he was, what he was doing, and who he was, and didn't really matter anymore. Probably dead, having hallucinations before he died. Something. She chuckled. You could be, but you aren't. Oh, you read my mind? Nah, you're broadcasting like a wide beam. I don't have to read it. You're making it known. He looked at her. Wow, you're weird. Yeah, yeah, I get that. You're weird for being here. You shouldn't be able to be here, but you are. How you get that piece of junk out of my yard? What, that plane? Yeah. Don't worry, I will. How? Oh, maybe one day you'll understand. For now, you go in there. I'm done with you. I just went out to rescue. There's a lady in there that may talk to you, may not. Uh, but she's for you, and you're stuck here. I don't know if you'll ever go home. This is your life now. She'll explain as she can. She's a little broken, but God says that's the one for you. Pilot was going by, groaning again. Another lady came out and goes, oh, you are for me. And off he went inside to get fixed up, I suppose. As he told me this story, he said, I was kind of freaked out. I mean, I'm going in with a lady that's possibly just a little less than sane, and the whole thing feels insane. But she didn't talk much. She gave me a bowl of stew, told me to sleep a couple hours, and then we could go out and watch what would happen to the plane. Wow, ain't going nowhere. It's all smashed, broken. No flames. Funny. Should have. Not here. Not allowed. Oh, really? Like you can control that? Well, we can. And a few other things. So he ate the stew and fell out on the furs. He didn't sleep on furs, usually at least 500 count or above, 5,000 count even better. Egyptian cotton, of course. Best for his body. Usually with a woman, he wouldn't remember the next day, but who cared? Not this time. He woke up 2 hours later, and the woman basically said he realized he had changed clothes. He didn't know that was going to happen. She said, whatever you call those things, those work. I can make more like that. but the rest of the clothes were ruined, so they're in the garbage. Well, what we call garbage. The worms are having nice fun with them. Take them all apart, put them back where they belong. My $10,000 suit is now worm food. Well, it would have been worm food anyway, so it doesn't matter. He looks at these and he said, "These are awfully comfortable." Well, these are, you know, chewed hides. It's just the way we do things here. Keep you warmer. That big old coat is yours. Just put it on. Slide those boots on. Those shoes were useless. Oh, yeah, I can tell you that. Never buy a pair like that again. No, you won't. You're gonna learn a lot of things, boy. You're gonna learn a lot of things. And she stopped and stared for a few minutes. She said, "I'll be back in a minute." She was back, and he wondered where she went because she didn't go anywhere. But she said, "Okay, we're all ready. Let's go out and see what happens to the plane." So she went out. The lady that had come and rescued him was there, and there was another older lady, if that could be true, and they were praying to God. Oh, well, okay. I understand you brought them for lessons. You didn't ask us. That's normal. We don't wish to do anything else than what your will is. But this doesn't belong here. This is an abomination in our sanctuary. And with those words, it poofed. Every bolt, nut, oil spill, everything gone. Flung out into the tundra, I suppose. Pilot stood up beside him and goes, "I don't know how, but my broken shoulder is better. My broken neck is fixed. Don't turn that too quick. And that lady is amazing. I'm going to stay. I don't know if you will, but if you ever leave, I don't know what'll happen to you. Don't even know if you can get past the barrier. What barrier? Oh, you'll learn over time. It's coming up on the birthday. 40 minutes away now. You're going to understand a lot you never understood before. Be prepared to be broken down. Because I have been, and I loved it. He wandered off. Oh, yeah, now my pilot's gone crazy. And I'm stuck in here and things disappear. And I don't know where I am, but wow. I'm just a dirt bucket going into a dirt ground. I know that. There's nothing else after it. That what my dad said, that what my granddad said, that what my great granddad said. That ends it. I built this empire to have my best fun here. She looks at him and she goes, "Are you happy?" "No." "Hey, no. Never been happy in my life." "What's happy? Joy?" "Nah, never had that either." "And why do you do it?" "Because nobody deserves joy. I can't have joy. No one can have joy." "Ah, crippled are you?" "Huh?" "Yeah, not physically, emotionally, in your feeling code, in your reality." "That's all right. Tonight we'll change that." "What?" "You'll see." 40 minutes later, he was standing in a circle with a bunch of other people that looked like they had fallen from the sky. Boats, trains, automobiles, who knows? But they were all there. And you could see a shimmering of light all the way around the place. Now he understood the barrier. Not going anywhere. Hmm. All right. So what's this? Wow. He goes, "Where am I standing? Bethlehem? At the birth? Happens every year. We see the same vision. We see all of it, though. All of the things. All the reasons." He looks at that and he goes, you aren't going to talk about most of that ever. What are you really seeing? "I'm seeing a finger of God." "There's a God." "Yes, that's a kind of thing, isn't it? Sitting in that baby, but the baby is human. Not Not like us, not driven by that same ugly right. Oh my, he goes through all of that for us? Yes. Saw a microcosm of it. He saw the life, the moments, the history, the walks, the walk to Golgotha. He saw it all that night. It blew out his heart, ripped out his brain and tossed it away and tossed it back in somehow. That's how he put it. He said, I'm nothing. Why would he do that for me? Because he loved you. Me who has destroyed lives because I can. Me who has destroyed people because I can. Oh, watch. He did. He saw Paul. He saw Paul. Saw Paul. Wow. And then he saw Paul after the moment on the road on the way to Damascus. The change. He goes, Paul was. Yeah, Paul was. Peter, denied him, right? And walked with his fire on his face. Wow. Can I know that God? Yes, you can. He's been looking for you. Probably brought you here. Yeah, I got a feeling about that. Ow. Don't worry, your pains will go in time. Are you ready? He goes, yeah. Okay. Can you believe that that being sitting in that manger died for you? You can't fix it yourself. Oh, I know that. I've tried to fix it for years. Tried to become better, but couldn't. Yeah, I know. I'm totally worthless. If God can take that, my heart is His. He hears you. And you have allowed Him into your heart. And you have confessed Him with your mouth. That's all you gotta do. Because what's that feeling bubbling through me? Weird. Oh my, what is that? That's called joy. You'll get used to it. It won't be around all the time. There'll be pain. There'll be things you have to live through and work through and fix. Maybe you get to. Said somebody else will enjoy my wealth. Oh yeah, always happens. Nothing is really ours. Yes, yeah, I get that. I don't care anymore. I just want to feel this. And I'm going to sound weird right now, lady, but I love you. And she goes, oh, that's all right. I love you too because we're meant for each other. Well, we'll figure out the rest. I don't know you, you don't know me, but I know you and you know me. Oh man. He goes, well, how's that work? Well, Elder walked up and goes, marriage bed ready. Oh, you go, you sit, then you pull up your covers. And when she comes and sits on the end of the bed, you open your covers. Marriage done. Old fashioned, old way, but it works. And you're committed to her. You cannot unbound from her. Wow, I don't want to. I love her so much. Imagine there's going to be times. Yeah, well, we all have them. We're human. We'll get through it. He did that. He laid on the bed. Yeah. Manger's still dancing in his head. It was large for him. And he opened his blanket, and as she sat on the bed, and he got in, and well, they were married under God in this weird place. This place he would call home forever, but he had a mission. That's why he found me. He gave me a key and a code. He said, give it all to charity for me before somebody else takes it and turns it into blood. I said I would, and I did. It all went from the Swiss accounts to everything else, to all the charities that God said it to go to. Manger Born, I said. He goes, yes, Manger Born. You too, right? Yes. So from that manger to the cross. From the cross to the resurrection, from the resurrection to the raising, to the Holy Spirit living within us. But we are manger born, born from that moment on the manger. He goes, yes. He turned and he said, I'm going back. Want to follow after you get rid of this? I said, nah, I'm supposed to be out here. Sometimes I might think of going there. I'm supposed to be out here. He walked back into that forest and disappeared. Now, I know that you're saying, wow, that isn't much of a tale, but it is, isn't it? Wait till you see what God writes in your heart on transforming, soul transforming Tuesday. We'll leave it there. The blessing is very simple. The blessing of the manger. Let God write that on your heart. Let you understand the throne it really was and the reason it was necessary. It was the beginning point. And it sits eternally as what it is. From that moment of sacrifice where God took a part of himself, called his son, and put it in that manger after birthing it through Mary, and it didn't carry the taint of the Adamic curse. It was the solution for that curse. So we are all manger born, as he said. I get it. That's your blessing. I know it's a little weird, but welcome to one day before Christmas Eve. Now, I ask you, O Father, to take this story and open every implement, every complement, everything, every element that is available to be spoken into their lives that they may hear, that others may not. The story will have origins and rings and weaves only you can do, God. And that's just the way you work. If this is their first time or a thousandth time, it's the first time, let them find Roman Road. John 3:16 and all those other things that lead us to that space where we know for a biblical reason, and it's good to know that we're saved and we're heading for glory with God. And it's going to be amazing. But we also have this amazing time here. And if it's 100th time, we'll take them deeper, Lord. I don't know. Can you take them any deeper than this? Yes, you could. I know you can. You can always take us deeper. As I always say, how deep do you wish to travel? We ask God, we'll show you the way. Have grace and courage and mercy and strength flowing through you every day. And then we say thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, thankful, grateful, gratitude, standing in awe and honor and respect, allowing all glory to flow. Father, Spirit, Son. This is, and so this is. Blessings. We made it to Christmas Eve, by the way. I'm a little slow in the uptake, but it was Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday. Blessings all. When you rest, rest well. When you wake, wake well. And know that your path is well lit by God. Blessings.